Today, what we are going to look at is rather another group or another from where we had stopped. We're going to look at rather another class, because remember we said this phylum chordata is divided into 5 classes, and if you recall those classes, we have already looked at the three classes. We started by looking at one, class species, the fish, looked at class amphibians, looked at class reptilia, class Aves, class mammaria. So we have looked at these 3. Now we have a duty to look at these remaining 2 organisms in that class, in that phylum. So that's why today we want to take a look at some of the examples, then characteristics of organisms in class Aves. Let us start with the examples. Can I take some examples from you, apart from the ones that had been displayed there? Maybe we get someone read us the ones which are displayed, then other people will give us the other examples. Yes, please. Yes, Angela. Okay, Josephine. Okay, Eric. Eric?
Teacher.
There's a crane. There is a cork, there's an ostrich, and a stork.
Okay, so we have a crane, cork, ostrich, and marble stork. Okay, then which other examples do we know of organisms that belong to this class Aves? Other examples, can you cite other examples from different people, different participants now?
Vulture.
Okay, the vulture. Now, when you say the Erickson, Eric, the duck, that is right. The duck is okay. Yes, pigeons. Did you say pigeons?
Yes.
All right, that is correct. The pigeons. Another example of organisms that you think would belong to this class?
Teacher, peacock.
The peacock. Okay, that is correct. Very nice. That is a turkey. Okay, a turkey. That is eagle. Right. Very nice. Okay, that is an eagle. Would belong to that class. All and eagle from Oscar. Okay, that is nice. Okay, that is nice to hear. Okay. Now, basing on that, I lost the internet. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher, I can hear you.
All right. Now, with those examples, now it takes just that one will take us to the characteristics. Maybe if I may know from you before we go through those characteristics, what have you based on particularly to select some of the examples you have been giving me. What body features have you been basing on to give me the particular examples of organisms in that class?
Feathers.
Erickson, you said feathers, eh? So
Teacher.
we'll do, yeah, yes, please.
So they have backbones.
They have, now if you say they have backbones, it means that any other organism with a backbone would qualify. Even a lizard has, but I haven't given me a lizard as an example. Yeah, meaning there are certain specific features you have been looking at, okay, to take those ones to be birds. You understand? Yes, Eric.
Most of them have beaks.
Have what?
Beaks.
Very good. So their mouth are modified into beaks. Okay, that is very correct. Okay, their mouth are modified into beaks. So this one, you see how it can disqualify the other answer. You see, I don't know who gave you that answer, but you have to be specific now to this particular class. Okay, so this time you don't mention any characteristic that brings in others. Although they possess a backbone, it is not a collective. That is correct for them to belong to phylum chordata, but it's not correct for them to belong to class Aves. You understand this thing? So the characteristics that qualify an organism to belong to a particular class are not the ones again for phylum. For phylum, it is okay. That's why they're in that phylum. That is okay. But when it comes to the particular classes, each of them has its own characteristics that made it to belong to a particular what? A particular class. Okay. So that's why we have to look like you have given us. Their body is covered with the feathers. And if you look at the organisms which you have shared here, or you see they possess that feature at least. Okay, that is a common characteristic to all. Then we have seen having scales on their legs. Someone has shared this. Then having mouth modified into their mouth are modified into a beak. Their mouth are modified into a beak, and that is very correct. Okay, that is very correct, and so that is the one. Some of the characteristics that you have been able to use. Okay, now in our text we are going to read, and then we add on to what we already know. Now, can someone take us through those other remaining characteristics? Yes, please. Hello. Who's taking that through? Douglas. Yes, Douglas. All right. Cleopatra.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, you can take us through. You can take us through that.
Yes, teacher. Birds are endothermic animals that live on land. They have feathers, beaks, and scales on their legs. They reproduce by laying eggs with hard shells. Their force of limbs are modified into wings.
They are four limbs.
Yes.
They are four limbs, okay?
Yes. Most birds are able to fly because they are powerful wings and light. Because they have powerful wings and light. The strong bones.
Okay. Okay, thank you. From what you have heard, is about an organism being endothermic, and they highlighted the information there. It's like if an organism is an endotherm, then it's one whose body temperature stays fairly constant irrespective of the surroundings. You have been looking at some organisms that were ectotherms, whose body temperature was changing with that of the environment. But this kind of organism here, they maintain a constant body temperature irrespective of the surrounding. Okay, so even if it is very cold or very warm in the environment, for them their body temperature must remain fairly constant. That is what makes endotherm. So the birds belong to such a group. And last time we were looking at such advantages of those organisms in that they can live in any environment, okay? Because they can regulate their body temperature internally, which means they can live anywhere. They can live in the cold, they can live where it is warm, okay? So they can live in a wide range of environments, unlike the ectotherms, which may be limited to a particular environment where they can live. Now, like we already mentioned, having feathers, beaks, and scales. These body structures, one that give protection, that are for protection, that are for temperature regulation. Like if you have scales, that means you can easily live on land. They can reduce on mechanical damage, or mechanical injuries that may come up. And in that case, then having ability to produce lay eggs, which are covered by a shell, and this time a hard shell. You see now we are advancing from a rather soft shell or weak shell that we had for the reptiles. Now the birds are having a shell which is stronger, okay? Given the mode where they live, sometimes they are arboreal, they can live in air. So their size, so you can see, look at an ostrich. If it is going to lay an egg, the egg should have really a harder shell, because there are high chances it may not be on the ground when laying it. So if you compare with the size, or the reptiles are really flat, they're cylindrical, most of them, but they're on the ground. So the ability for the egg to get damaged when it is being laid are less. So that one will ensure the nature of shell that should be around. We should be covering the eggs of these organisms. And the limbs, these organisms have 4 limbs. They have what we call forelimbs and then hind limbs. But now the forelimbs are the ones that are modified into wings, which are used for flight. Because I told you they can move on land by walking. They can also fly using their modified forelimbs. So the ones which have been modified into wings, and they are used for flight. So they can be able to fly because of those wings, and because their bones are light. They have hollow bones. If you check their bones, they're hollow. Being hollow, it makes the bones to be lighter, and that means it enables them to fly. Although some birds may not fly, like an ostrich, it's not able to fly. Yeah, you may find the nature of bones they has cannot enable them to fly. But again, they are fast movers. They can move very, very fast. Okay, because their hind limbs are again very strong, that they can move very, very fast for that reason. Maybe to compensate for flight, because they are not able to fly. Then, although they have the wings, but they don't use them for flight for that case. Okay. Now that is what we can learn about birds, unless there's anything that people can share about this class Aves. But if you can share anything about this class, we can we can have a talk about these organisms now. If there's anything you can share about them.
Yeah, they undergo external fertilization.
External fertilization is not correct. Now, what we mean by fertilization is where the egg or the ovum and sperm, where they meet. If they meet inside the body, that is internal fertilization. But if they meet outside the body, like we see it in the fish and amphibians, then that is external fertilization. Now, these ones, the gametes fuse inside the body. That means it is internal fertilization, not external. Are we together?
Teacher.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Someone was asking a question. Someone was asking a question. Yes, please. Okay. Is there anything we can hear about that? Was a very good response from someone. We can get more others. What else can we talk about this class? You have already given the example. Yes, Joel.
Teacher, can
Yes.
teacher,
Yes,
Some birds
Eric.
have.
the ostriches have the same bonds with other birds?
Pardon?
Do ostriches have the same bonds with other birds?
What would you mean by the same?
Because ostriches don't fly.
Okay. Yeah, for them they are not able to fly, which means their bones are not hollow. Okay, their bones could be having too much of like a content inside them, like ours.
Bone marrow.
Okay, the marrow, the bone marrow. Yeah. So which makes, but for the other birds, it's less and more hollow. And the hollow means that that space can hold air. If you can hold air, then it makes them to be light. Okay, so that is why the other birds can fly, because of the light, bones being light. You see, ability to fly must be light. That's why even most birds which fly, they have reduced on many of the body structures. You don't see them with ears, which are external. Yeah, they have a slit just which they use as ears. You know, most of the body structures have been reduced in size. Yeah, the body structures have been reduced in size. They have a streamlined body shape. You can even see when an ostrich is running, there's a way to put its body shape to be streamlined when it's going to run very fast. You know, to put its fore beak or the head in front, and then it takes off very fast. Even hens, you have seen them a little doing their flying for a short period of time. It is because of the muscles they have. The hens themselves can't fly for a long period of time because the kind of muscles they have cannot sustain them in the air for a long period of time. But some birds can do fly. These ones, ducks are good at flying, very good, because they have better muscles compared to other the hens and whatever, so they can do fly. You know, you have seen them flying so much. Yes, Eric.
Teacher, can I consider internal fertilization as a key factor?
Yeah, it is true. You can, although yeah, it is true with this group, It is true. Yeah, we can take it. Yeah, we can take it because if you look at other groups like the amphibians, the other classes, amphibians don't have it, the fish don't have it, okay? So we would take it here. It is true for them, but not a key factor, okay? Because there are other organisms in the same phylum that have it, like the mammals have it. So it would not become a key factor because it cuts across another group, okay? It cuts across even the reptiles, they have it. So that one will disqualify it in that case. Okay, yes, Eric, do you still have another thing to talk about?
No, teacher. No.
Okay. All right. Yes, Angela, what can you say? What else do you know? What can you talk about this class that you know? What else do you know about? Yes, Jovia, you have gone off. Angela? Okay. Yes, Mark. Ingrid? Jonah? Timothy, you are very active when the teacher is has just come in. Later, you keep quiet. Yes, Priscilla, Nanteza, Martha. Do you have anything to say, Frida?
I have none.
Okay. But sometimes have something. If I may know, did you like write down this work?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you need
Teacher,
to
some
write
of us
it.
screenshot the work after we write it in the books later.
Okay. Okay, but I think we shared this work on the group, so you should be able to go through before the lesson, and then you think about this, what we're going to talk about, so that you can prepare a contribution and what you know about what we are talking about. Like in this case, you should be able to tell us what else, what do you know that we can talk about, what can you contribute, so that at the end of the day, you should be able to attend to the activity which I'm going to share, because you know what we've been talking about. Okay, now I also have nothing much. The others shall come. Let us now go to the next group, and that is the group which we call class mammaria, where we have class mammals. Okay, I think this is one where we belong, and we already have a representative there. Number one, a human being. We have a human representing the group in this case. Okay. Can someone take us through those examples? Then later we shall seek for more examples. Yes, Angela, I've had a lot from Eric. I need someone else. Josephine. Josephine.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, take us through the examples displayed.
Man,
Very good.
cow, kangaroo, and gorilla.
Very
Gorilla.
nice. Okay, can we now get some examples? Some other examples. Yes, Frida.
Bush baby.
Bush babies, okay. Thank you. Any other?
Wells.
The blue, okay, the whales, very nice. Very good. Okay.
Monkeys.
The monkeys, okay. That is nice.
Chimpanzees.
Chimps. Right.
Baboon.
A baboon, yeah, that is correct. Okay.
Warthog.
Warthogs, okay, that is correct. And then the last any member to contribute.
Teacher, I think we should
Elephant.
Orphan, that is nice. Someone was suggesting.
Teacher, I think we should classify them like we said. These are ruminants. These are what? Like such.
Okay. Hey, okay. Okay, we're going to look at somewhere how they have been further grouped. Maybe we shall talk about that. Or here we're looking at examples. Our interest here was to capture examples of organisms. But shall see later how they have been grouped. Yeah, we shall see the three groupings. Okay, and maybe later we shall have examples under each. Okay, to see how they are different, although they belong to the same class, but there's a way they are different from each other. Okay, yeah, shall talk about that. Then, after knowing the examples, maybe we can now get someone to take us through. Okay, maybe before someone taking us through what is there, let's get to know some of the characteristics that we have used to place these organisms in these particular groups. I mean, what have we based on to classify them as chordates? Yes, Josephine. I mean, as mammals.
Teacher, they have fur on their bodies.
Very nice. Their bodies are covered with fur.
Yeah, they have a backbone and they have hairy bodies.
Yeah, of course. However, about backbone, we have disqualified that answer, and we have given reasons why we would disqualify it at the level of class, but qualify it at the level of phylum. Okay, because even the previous classes have a backbone. So that means that is correct for the whole group as chordates. Okay, so now at particular class mammal. At mammal, we don't accept that, okay? Because I think you have got a reason already, yeah? I've tried to explain that in a particular way. All together?
Yes.
Okay. So can we get, yes. Oh, let me.
They have mammary gland.
They have mammary glands?
They have mammary glands.
That is very correct.
They give
yes, Josephine.
ones.
Okay, very nice. They produce live young ones. Yes, Josephine.
Teacher, they produce live young ones.
Right, already mentioned. That is nice. Then Priscilla.
They undergo internal fertilization.
Oh, very good. That is correct about them. Okay. Tracy. Teddy or Tracy. Any of you should give us a response. Teddy or Tracy?
They have fur on their bodies.
Okay, that is correct. Their bodies have fur. Their bodies are covered with fur. And Belinda, I've never heard from Belinda or Bianca. And Charity. Any of you? These are groups we know. You should be able to tell some characteristics. Yes, Ingrid.
They are endothermic.
Very nice. They are endothermic. That is very correct. Okay. Okay. Now we shall talk
So
about
they have
them.
constant body temperature.
That is the meaning of being now endothermic. They maintain a fairly constant body temperature. Okay. That's the same as the other one, what the other one was telling us. Okay. Now who's taking us through that work? And I select Mark. Okay, Mark, take us through. Mark has taken it over.
Mammals are animals with hair or fur on their bodies. Like birds, mammals are endotherms. Most live on land except a few like the whale and dolphin. Mammals use lungs for gas exchange. Female mammals give birth to live young ones and feed the young on their own milk produced from the mammary glands.
Okay, very nice. From the last word, mammary glands, I think is what gives them the class of the name, being mammals, okay? Possessing mammary glands, which can produce milk for the younger ones, okay? Most of them do that. If the birds, the rats will have mammary glands for the feeding the younger ones. But of course, that is for the female. Although even the males may have the mammary glands which don't develop, right? So there are two things. You can have them, yes, Frida.
I'm asking, do kangaroos also have mammary glands?
Yeah, yes, kangaroos have mammary glands. You see, I'll talk about the kangaroo before we leave, okay? But they do have. That's why if you see in the picture there is a kangaroo and the younger one which is in the pouch. So inside the pouch, yeah, they are able to secrete milk for that younger one when it is in the pouch. Therefore, it means that milk must be coming from the mammary glands. Okay, because for them they cannot keep the fetus for a long period of time. They produce younger ones which are not fully developed. Yeah, so they keep them in a pouch for some time, and they have a behavior like immediately they produce one, they conceive. So they keep this one for some time and they'll conceive immediately because their gestation period is a little bit longer, so many days. So it's more than, I think it's longer, like for humans, coming to around 200 days, if I'm maybe specific, but it's longer. But now, being longer, it's like they cannot keep for a long period of time. They cannot keep the fetus in their uterus for a long period of time. So they release a younger one, which is not fully developed, that cannot live on its own. That's why it goes in the pouch and to do the feeding, to feed on the milk now produced by the mother inside there. Then after that, it will leave and then another one will enter, okay? So a kangaroo can have 3 younger ones at the same time. One inside the uterus, another one playing around, another one which is still in the pouch, in its pouch, like you can see the one shared in the picture, how it is even peeping out a little, yeah. So to keep there for some time. Okay, that came out of, yes.
Teacher, is a bat a mammal?
Yes, true. A bat is a mammal. Bats are
Okay.
mammals, okay? Because they have all the features of the mammals, okay? So they belong to, although they have a membranous wing, okay, which they use mostly for flight, but they possess all the other characteristics of mammals. So that's why they belong to class Mammalia. That is true. Then fur on the body, this one is what enables them to maintain a relatively constant body temperature. That's why they are endotherms. And then where they live, we have those which live on land, most of them, they are terrestrial. Others are aquatic, like the blue whale, and then the blue whale, and then the dolphin. The blue whale and dolphin, they live in water. The blue whale is one of the largest mammals. So the issue is that in water we have some mammals which typically live there. The whale, the dolphin, what we call the sea lorries, porcupines, sea porcupines. There's some organisms, some of them even have like sea elephants, certain organisms which look like even the ones on land, but we see them in water. Yes, Frida.
I'm asking, what makes those live in water be classified as mammals?
I think it's because, one, if they feed their young ones on the milk, they have mammary glands, all right? Having mammary glands, possessing lungs, which are used for gas exchange. So as they live in water, they have characteristic features for mammals, yeah? So the people classifying would rather put them into that class, okay, than another class. Producing live young ones, okay, that's a very important character for this group, because we're going to see that this group has been divided into 3 class mammals. It has 3 other groupings. We have the ones we call monotremes. Those are egg-laying what? Egg-laying mammals.
Mammals.
Yeah, like the dark-billed platypus. The platypus is an egg-laying what? Mammal. So you can see it can lay eggs, but the fact that for the monotremes, after laying eggs, that egg will hatch into a young one. But the young one will come back to its mother, and then to start suckling milk, which is produced by the mother. So that one alone, we cannot say it is now maybe a reptile, no. Because the young one comes back to the mother to suckle milk. That one now rather puts the monotremes into class Mammaria than another class, although they are egg-laying mammals. Then we have what we call the marsupials. The marsupials, where the kangaroo belong. These ones, we call them poached mammals. They have pouches where they keep their younger ones, because they produce younger ones which are they're live young ones, but not completely developed. They're helpless. So it's like they produce them when they are not fully developed. Like we see this behavior even in humans, where sometimes we produce what do we call those ones? What do we call such babies produced when before, let's say before 8 or 9 months?
Premature.
The what? Premature, eh?
Premature.
Okay, mature or premature babies, eh? And you
Yes.
need to keep them in nurseries, eh? So in a hospital, there's the special places we call it a nursery, where they are put, okay? Then maybe the mother will just go there and take breast milk. Mother will get breast milk in a cup and then take and feed the younger one, because right now because they have left the uterus, there's no way they can be feeding apart from the mother directly feeding them on breast milk, while they keep in nurseries for some period of what? They keep in the nursery for some period of time, because they are produced when they are before, maybe if they are produced before 9 or 8, because most births can occur at 8.5 or 9 on 9 months. Okay, so if it is before that, that baby is said to be a premature, so will have to be kept in nursery for some time. Okay, so this is what the marsupials undergo. They cannot keep the baby in the uterus until it is fully developed, so they produce babies that are not fully developed, and they have to keep them. They enter into a pouch where they keep for some time until they are ready, fully developed. But in there, they'll be feeding now, like they get some milk from the mother, and they will survive. Okay, but when they are in the uterus, of course, they have there's a placenta, and they are connected to the placenta where they get maternal nourishments. Okay, from mother. They get from mother, it gets to them. That is what happens to so those are the marsupials. Remember, I talked about monotremes, the egg-laying mammals, then the marsupials. Then we have the placental. That's the third group. We call them placental. This information is not in your books, but it's rather information we need to know, because someone is saying, can we classify them differently? Now, for the placentals, these are the ones which produce to give birth to live younger ones. Okay, so any other group, they produce young ones that are already fully developed, and then they start feeding them on what? On milk, which is produced by the mammary what? By the mammary glands for that case. Okay, so those are the three groupings we have for the mammals. They have been grouped into monotremes, they've been grouped into marsupials, the placentals. Placental, that means they possess a placenta which can sustain these ones until they are fully developed in the uterus, which the marsupials don't have, which the monotremes don't have. Okay, although they belong to the same group. Okay, that would be like maybe a subclass for that case. It would be a subclass. All right. Anything else? Is there anything we can know about this group? Is there anything we can know about this group?
They have a well-modified brain than others.
What do you say?
They have a well-modified brain than others.
Yeah, of course, that is a very good point. Okay, they have a larger brain. Yeah, that's, the larger the brain, the more complex activities an organism can do. So their brain is larger than all other groups. Okay, that's why you can see them having the ability to do quite a number of complex activities compared to other organisms, okay, in the same phylum. So for them, and their brain is protected by what? By what we call a skull, okay? So they have a brain with a skull. That is very nice, okay? Yes, Lucky or Desire? Lucky or Desire? Okay. Where silence may mean that there is nothing that we members can contribute at the moment. Let's continue with our work. So that's also all I can say. Next, we have an activity, where we are classifying chordates. Now, in this activity, you can take screenshots of the activity. You'll have to do that activity, and either you send it on the group, yeah, so that tomorrow we share the work. Better send on the group so I can capture that work, and we use it for tomorrow. So you can take what you need are pictures of a goat, a rat, elephant, human, whale, tortoise, python, gecko, crocodile, crested crane, crow, duck, ostrich, tilapia, shark, catfish, toad, frog, or salamander. And I'm sharing those pictures so that you can also take a screenshot. First of all, you can take a screenshot as we also go through the identity. Can we go through the identity of these organisms so that the exercise becomes very easy for us? Okay, what I'll do, I'll get one person to, when you come up, you identify 3, okay, to save on time. When you come up, you identify, like the first person will identify number 1 up to 3, 3, okay? So I will have about 7 people or 6, okay? Can we do that? Yes, Frida?
The first one is man. The second one is crocodile.
Okay, very good.
The third one is a crested crane or a crane.
Crane, okay. That is very nice. Okay, someone else take us through number 4 up to 7.
An ostrich.
Okay, who is this? It's Joel, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right, take us through.
Number 4, an ostrich.
Okay.
Number 5, a fish.
Which kind of fish? Because we have more than one type of fish there. No, okay, so it's a catfish. All right, very nice. Someone has helped us. It is a catfish. Okay. Then number 7.
Number 7, a bird.
Which kind of bird? Because we have more than one type of. See now, from now, the word bird, a bird. When you say a bird, it means it is a general grouping. There are many birds. Okay. So this time we want you to be specific to which type of bird. Someone to identify number 7.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
Can I try?
Yeah, you do, please.
I think that's a crow. Maybe.
Very nice. It is a crow. All right. Then can you take us from 7 up, from 8 up to 11? Up to 11. Oscar will take us from 12 to 16. Get ready.
Number 8, a tilapia and a hunchback whale.
Yeah?
Teacher, number 8 is python.
Very nice. Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Then number 9.
Tilapia.
Tilapia fish. Right. That's good. Then number 10.
A whale.
Okay. That is good. Okay. Then number 11.
A toad.
Very, very nice. So number 11 is a toad. Okay. Oscar, take us up to number 15.
Lizard.
Oscar? Is what?
Gecko.
All right, 12 is a gecko, that is correct.
A goat.
Okay, that is number 13, right? Then 14.
Dolphin.
A shark.
It is a shark.
Teacher, it's a shark.
Very nice. So we have disagreed with it. Is a shark. You can see its ventral mouth. The ventral mouth, and then the caudal fin is not equal. Okay, this upper side is longer than the lower side. Then having a mouth which is ventral. That one makes that is the characteristic of a shark, and the pointed that pointed dorsal fin. Okay, that is a shark. So it is a shark. Someone take us 15 up to 17. 15 up to 17.
Duck.
Okay. Belinda. Belinda.
17 is an elephant.
Okay.
17.
Nice. Yeah, an elephant, correct.
Is a salamander.
That is okay. Then someone take us the last three.
19 is a
Frog.
Okay, nice. It's a frog. Then
20 is a bat.
All right, so that is very nice. Now, those are the organisms which you have, and what to do. You're going to construct a flow chart for any 6 organisms in the pictures using their observable characteristics. So everyone you're doing, either you send, yes?
Teacher, I request for the full list of the animals so that I take a screenshot.
You need to take.
Teacher, we are requesting for the thing of YouTube channel.
The what? Yeah, okay. Yesterday I uploaded for last week, one of them, the one for Monday or Tuesday. I had problems of network throughout. So I think I was uploading it last night. I was trying to put for the previous week. Then I may have to put again, let's see, maybe tomorrow. There are problems, you know. But I'll see, I'll put, there's not one new one for last week, which I uploaded. I'm going to put another, either tomorrow evening or today night. Okay?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, the work, you either send it on the group or you send it on this one. You send it on that one. You can take down that number, then the work you send it on that one, or you send directly to the group. You can pick the work from. You can pick the work from there. Okay, and then.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, please.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yeah.
Teacher,
yes,
I'm requesting for the links to the YouTube channel.
Okay, let me write down. Most I put.
Teacher, the links to the YouTube channel.
Okay. You can send me a message, I'll send it to you. Okay?